We're out on the bed of a vast glacial lake that stretches from Prince Albert in the west all the way over to Carrot River and Porcupine Hills. Great grain growing country, as you can see by the inland terminals. There's more capacity here than there is in any other place in Saskatchewan, they tell me. Looking down Highway 3 east into town. The Viterra terminal was built by the pool in 1997. Well, it's nice to see that somebody graduated. This is the only occupant of the Megan Landing Business Park. The airport over there has a half-mile paved runway and a couple of grass strips. Well, rapeseed was rebranded as canola about 40 years ago, and that town's slogan is getting kind of dated. And there's talk of replacing it soon. Don't get too excited, it's a replica train station. Behind it are a collection of antique buildings, and behind that is the fairgrounds with 5 ball diamonds. Looking east along Highway 3, it's the Canadian Pacific Rails curving off south to Wadena and Say-Ho on the Canadian Pacific Northern Main Line. Looking south down Highway 35, Wadena is 106 away. To the right, out Highway 3 in Melfort is 40 away. Out past the new Canalton Hotel. The only elevator on the Canadian Pacific Line was built by United Grain Growers in 1954 and stood right up there. Closed in 2000 and gone. Across the CP tracks north up what might be called Main Street. The surprising recplex, part school, part community hall, just off to the right there, behind the car lot and the A&W, built on the old Jubilee Park, I believe. And panning around to look down the tracks and Highway 3. Hudson Bay is 115 left. Callistas. Excellent, Tucker. Memorial Park. South side of town. R.W. Johnson established the Tisdale Post Office on February the 1st, 1904. Nearby on 100th Avenue is the old hotels. Canadian Northern laid the town site out perpendicular to its railway tracks, so we're looking almost east. Here along 100th, there's the post office down there, 100th Avenue. The old post office stood right on the corner here, behind the clock. Big old brick building. The west side of Main, south of the tracks, there's the town hall there. Tisdale incorporated itself as a town on November the 1st, 1920, having become a village on May 13th, 1905. The old fire hall used to stand right here where the park is now. And where the bank is stood the massive Imperial Hotel, a great mansarded roof building, until it burned up in February of 1933, killing 8. And this used to be the Bank of Montreal here back in the 40s and the 50s, maybe even before. Now it's moved up to the corner there, as we saw. Used to be the Co-op store back in the 50s. And still on the west side of Main Street, looking westward down 101st Avenue towards the Co-op Shopping Plaza and the New United Church. The Falcon was built as a theater back in 1935. On the east side of Maine, there's been a Scotia Bank on that corner for years. Bank of Ottawa before then. The white two-story false front there has been the Liberty Cafe in times past and has been a cafe until recently. That's the McKay Tower down there, residential I believe, and St. Andrew's Presbyterian Church, built in 1927. And the north end of town, where 100th Street turns into Highway 35, Nipawin is 60k that way, and looking back south down 100th to downtown. Looking back eastward along the Canadian National trackage that Canadian Northern laid through here in 1904 from Hudson Bay Junction to Melfort. This is 101st Street, and looking off to the south towards the Recplex, wherein is centered the Tisdale Middle Secondary School. There's a pool, a curling rink, an arena, auditorium, theater, tennis courts, shooting range. An amazing facility with meeting rooms, restaurant, everything. Did I mention the pool? Canadian Northern's third-class station stood down there by the crossing on the left. Built in 1904 at mile 72.8 from Hudson Bay Junction on the Tisdale sub to Melfort. Canadian National replaced it in 1964 with a special station up in south down Heritage Road. This is the steel that Canadian Pacific brought up from their northern main line at Saho in 1924. Built a standard Western Line Station A3 at mile 94.5 on what they call their Tisdale sub. It would have been right in here someplace. Sold off in 1974. Looking due north up Heritage Road. The end of the line. Nipawin is north around the bend there, 37.2 miles away. This is the Co-op Shopping Plaza and Service Center over on 99th Street at 101st Avenue here. And looking eastward along 101st Avenue across Maine. This is Treaty 6 territory in through here, signed between the Crees and the Crown in 1876. Farming settlers began arriving in this area just a couple years prior to the railroad. Mostly British extraction from the United States, Great Britain itself, and Eastern Canada. A large contingent of Eastern Europeans arrived in the aftermath of the Great War, augmented by scores of refugees from drought-stricken southern Saskatchewan in the 30s. Nice building. Tisdale is in the parkland biome. Lots of trees and bush up here. Early settlers were in the lumber industry until the land was cleared enough to begin agriculture. It was soon found that canola grew really well up here, and bees love canola. And canola used to be called rape seeds, hence the land of rape and honey. On 101st Avenue at 99th across from the Co-op. And the Community Bible Church. And Venerable St. Andrew's Presbyterian. Speaking of honey, the first honey processive cooperative in Saskatchewan was set up in the Tisdale area. In the evening light, the east side of 100th. Memorial Park down there. Few people know this, but Billy B was actually born right in Tisdale. On the east side of town, pardon me, Highway 3. Lovely place to stay, the campground. Play some good ball on those diamonds. And there's walking paths down by the river with pedestrian bridges here and there. Here's one here, and in the background is Canadian National's trestle bridge over the Doghide. SD75I and then SD70M-2, they tell me. Tisdale is the headquarters of the RM of Tisdale, number 427, established in 1912 as Eldersley until 1921. K-12 and 2 schools. There's a hospital and a senior center near the Recplex in Tisdale, Saskatchewan.